Hi, I'm Reg Goslin from Improving Performance Personal Coaching, and thank you for taking the time out of your day just to watch this short video. I'll try to keep it as short as I can. I've been reading through the media and watching the news and everything this week, and I congratulate all of those people that have taken their exam and passed, getting the results that they were looking for. But remember, those results don't define you, good, bad or indifferent, okay? But what it did get me thinking was the fact that it's been 40 years since I was in that situation. 40 years this month. My goodness, where did that time go? I'll try not to dwell on it for too long. But that meant that I joined the company that I went on to work for 36 years in 2 months' time. 2 months' time I joined. 1979 I joined one of the biggest companies in the country at that time. And I went on to work for them for 36 years, doing loads of different jobs, getting loads of different promotions and getting experiences and skills that I'm using even to this day. But towards the end of that, I found myself unchallenged, found myself unchallenged and bored. And the reason being is that there was lots of, they called it cost cutting and all of these wonderful things that you'll find in companies that left me in a situation where I didn't really want to go forward with the business and take a couple of steps back. So I thought I'd go and do something totally different and get something else on my CV. And I jumped straight out of there into a company in London. Great little company, very well known, but we didn't have the same values. Not bad values, but we just didn't. And what you'll find is that if you have a role that's not congruent with your values, then you're going to have a problem at some stage. And that's what I did. So I stayed there for just under 2 years. And then I had to step back and think, what is it that you want to do? You can't keep doing this. This is not something that I want to be doing, going from role to role. One of my friends kept telling me about the coaching academy, and eventually I went and had a look. And I had a 2-day event with them. To find out what they had to offer, and it turns out that was exactly the thing that I was looking for. The job that I had was a sales leader role, and the sales leader role, much as I loved it and I built a great career doing it, the operations side I didn't really want anymore. I didn't value it anymore. The selling, the sales management, the chasing the targets, chasing the numbers got to a point where it just didn't interest me anymore. But the bit that I was passionate about was the people development. The bit that I loved was the watching people grow, helping people with skills and their own development. And that's where I got the awards and the nominations and everything that I got as in that 36-year career with the company. So that's the bit that I wanted to build on. How could I use that to help other people? And I got that at the Coaching Academy. So I went on, graduated, got the qualifications, set up Improving Performance Personal Coaching. But what I thought I would do is I would look back on 5 years ago and what could I have had 5 years ago when I left that could have helped me. No one was out there to reach out to me, to help me, to point me in the right direction because I was on my own. I didn't have that voice that could say, hi, Reg, try doing this or have a look at that. It was a chance conversation with one of my oldest friends that pushed me into this direction where I wanted to go. So it got me thinking, a lot of people out there must be in the same situation. So had somebody reached out to me back then, I could have made the same decision, the better decision, but made it sooner. And that's the point that I was making here. And when you are somebody who's my age, Generation X, which is one of the programs that I'm running, you do have in your mind that there are employers out there that are making younger hires, are people out there employing people that are 50 something years old. They are, but not as much as they are making the younger hires for obvious reasons. So then when you want to make a change, you won't do it because you've got the emotions, you've got the fears, you start doubting yourself and your confidence might take a little bit of a shake if you do make the jump that I did. If this is you or anything like this resonates with you, then how can Improving Performance Personal Coaching help you? Okay, well, we can help you by helping you straight away to understand that the strengths that you have, the skills that you've amassed over a long time and that have got you where you are today, and how those same skills can help you to do something different. You don't have to do the same thing that you've always done because you'll get what you've always gotten. So it could be a way of doing something different, much the same way that I did. We can take you away from your default future. That's the future you're going to have if you do nothing. So if you want to make a change, do something to change it. We can help you to design the career that you've always wanted. Design the future and the career future that you're looking for, that you've always wanted. We can help you to work on what you've dreamt of doing, but never had the confidence or the will or the resource to go and do. So those options are open to you, and we will help you to explore those options. They might not be as difficult or as challenging as you actually might think. We'll help you in support of your goals and action planning so that you can achieve the results that you are actually looking for. And finally, we'll be able to help you to get that excitement back in your life. You know, when you used to bound out of bed on a Monday morning with all the energy to go and change the world because that's what you wanted to do and you enjoyed your job. You can still do that. You have something still to offer. You don't have to sit there thinking, I have to stay in this job because I won't get another one. There's lots of options out there. So that's where the excitement is, not knowing what the future holds, but it's in your grasp, it's in your hands. You do have something to offer. And you do have a contribution to make. So what's stopping you now? Nothing. What I want to say to you is, if any of this resonates with you, click the link below and you can have a 15-minute conversation with me. You can go into my diary and book a 15-minute conversation, and I'll give you a call and we can have a conversation to see how we can work together or what you can do, and talk about where you are in terms of your career at the moment. I'll absorb the cost. It won't cost you anything, so don't worry too much about that. But it's the first step, the conversation, that will make all of the difference. Thank you for taking the time to watch this short video, and I do look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you.